A very good evening to you from wherever you're watching us tonight. It is the third day of Christmas. Trust you're doing well. Welcome to Primetime News. Tonight we have a special feature for you. We take a look at the scramble to control the heart and soul of the vote-rich Mount Kenya region. Let's get a proper introduction before we get started.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Odida.
That's right, Moses Gitonga is our sign language interpreter tonight. We are live on YouTube at KUTVNEWS Kenya. And remember to interact with us on X at KUTV_Kenya and at Odida. Let's get started. Now, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has today conducted a security assessment check-in in the banditry-affected counties of West Pokot and Samburu. The CS has ordered for the rehabilitation of schools that were abandoned due to insecurity posed by bandit attacks. This, he says, must be done by the time schools reopen on January 8, 2024.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has vowed that nothing will stand between him and a 100% secure nation. The CS has been doing security assessment visits across the country, especially in banditry-plagued areas. Today, the CS was in West Pokot and Samburu counties for a similar exercise. While in West Pokot, CS Kindiki ordered the reopening and reconstruction of schools that were closed due to banditry attacks by January 8, 2024. These schools include Chesogon Primary School, Cheptulel Primary School, Cheptulel Boys Secondary School, Sapulmoy Primary School, and Kisa ECD in Pokot Central Sub-County. Lonyangalem Primary School, Kour Primary School, and Songok Primary School in Pokot North Sub-County, and Karon Primary School in Pokot West Sub-County.
Ikiwemo shule zile zingine ambazo ziko katika sehemu hii na kule pia mpakani wa West Pokot na Turkana South kuna shule zimefungwa, vilevile zinarekebishwa. Januari zote zitafunguliwa.
In May this year, the government allocated 100 million shillings for the rehabilitation of about 50 schools that were damaged by bandits in Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, Turkana, West Pokot, Samburu, and Laikipia counties. To further heighten security in West Pokot, the CS says that the government will commence training of 205 National Police Reservists, famously known as NPRs, at Chester Teachers College grounds in Sigor constituency.
Wako kule Chester Teachers College katika hii Sigor constituency, na tarehe 9 Januari watafuzu na tutaanza kuwatuma ili washirikiane na maafisa wetu wa polisi wa kawaida.
Speaking in Baringo yesterday, Kindiki noted that under his leadership, incidents of banditry have notably reduced and contained by 70%, especially in the Northern Rift region, adding that the remaining 30% was in a few parts of Samburu East, Samburu West, Isiolo and Turkana areas that he said were on his radar. He further added that the state has already approved an annual spending of 7 billion shillings to modernize equipment used by security officers for the next 5 years, a program that will cost the state an amount of 37 billion shillings. Kindiki also revealed that initially the amount was set at 20 billion shillings, but President William Ruto made a 17 billion shillings increase to the original amount.
Therefore, we'll be spending an average of 7 billion shillings every year to modernize your equipment.
According to the CS, the first consignment of modern equipment that includes mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles famously known as MRAPs, aerial surveillance kits including drones, and personal protective gears is on the way and will be arriving in the country in the next 7 to 10 days. After the consignment has docked in Mombasa, priority in distribution will be given to Ngaratuko, Baringo North, and Tiati areas.
The first installment is on the way and we'll be receiving it at the Port of Mombasa in the next 1 week or at most 10 days. I want to congratulate you I want to tell you on behalf of the government of Kenya, on behalf of President Ruto, we appreciate what you're doing and under very difficult circumstances.
CS Kindiki commended the security officers for remaining firm in fighting bandits, while also affirming that 2024 will be a pivotal year, marked by an escalation of efforts in the ongoing war against banditry. He added that the security and stability of the country is linked to its economic progress. Theo Masharia for KUTV.
Now, the Office of Director of Public Prosecution, ODPP, has defended itself against accusations of being sloppy in its probe into the mysterious death of Meru political blogger Daniel Muthiani. The ODPP clarified that it had already directed the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to look into the murder, but the agency is yet to submit the resultant inquiry file for perusal. Israel Omwai reports.
A cloud of uncertainty still lingers around the probe into the gruesome murder of Meru-based political blogger Daniel Muthiani, alias Sniper. Renowned blogger Dennis Itumbi has questioned the loud silence of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution despite the suspect in the abduction of Sniper being arrested. The ODPP has dismissed criticism from Itumbi, saying in a statement that following the abduction of Daniel Muthiani, a suspect was arrested on suspicion of the offense. The statement further clarifies that since the whereabouts of the seized person were unknown, the DCI through the ODPP filed an application number E116 of 2023 seeking custodial orders pending completion of investigation. ODPP says that the Chief Magistrate's Court in Maua, Meru County failed to grant the orders requested by DCI, but instead released the suspect on a cash bail of 20,000 and instructed him to avail himself to the police station every 14 days. Later, the abducted person was found. The ODPP then instructed DCI to handle the investigations for the offense of murder and submit the resultant inquiry file, which they say they are yet to receive, and that upon receipt the office shall give appropriate directions in accordance with the law. A post-mortem report by government pathologist Dr. Johannes Oduor revealed that Daniel Muthiani was strangled to death. The family of the late blogger, friends and various public figures are demanding that the criminals involved in the murder be brought to book. Israel Omwai, KUTV.
Now, at last, insecurity and unhealthy competition between road users for limited road spaces in Kagumo Town, Kirinyaga County, is now a thing of the past. This follows an initiative of the county government to install cabro pavements in towns countrywide. Area Governor Anne Waiguru believes that this will in turn spur the economic growth in the town.
Project in Kagumo, which the residents are now crediting for transforming the area. The initiative has enhanced the ease of doing business. Furthermore, the incorporation of a proper water drainage system along the roads, reducing flooding during the rainy season. The construction of the Cabro Road has also improved walkways, effectively eliminating the competition between road users for limited space, thus improving safety on the road. It has similarly enhanced security in the area.
Watu walikuwa wana risk kutembea kwa pale pa barabara, hata kama uko na gari labda usimame ndio waondoke. Tukashukuru sana na tunaendelea kushukuru serikali yetu ya kaunti ya Kirinyaga.
Area Governor Anne Waiguru plans to complete various ongoing projects in addition to her commitment to improving infrastructure across the county for the benefits of traders and residents in general.
County government has been undertaking major urban improvement projects through installation of cabro and proper drainages and beautification of our towns.
Zipora Murithi is a resident and business lady in Kagumo Town. She remembers how their business will incur losses during the rainy season, a sad fact that has now changed for the better given that the customers are today able to access the market with ease.
Tuko na furaha. Hakuna mtu wa Kagumo sasa ako na shinda. Tukiona soko alitutengenezea. Sasa Ngamburo amekuja kutuwekea. Sasa hata tunafikiria mwaka ingine atakuja kutuwekea kitu ingine.
The Kabro project has not only improved the town's aesthetic, but has also addressed perennial discomfort that traders and town dwellers have had to cope with. Kiki Blessings, KUTV.
All right, Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku is calling for the lowering of cut-off marks set for girls that are joining national secondary schools. The MP has raised concern over his constituency, where only one girl attained the required 374 marks to secure admission into a national school. Ruku wants challenges faced by the girls in their pursuit for education to be considered and the affirmative action move instituted.
Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku is calling for the lowering of the cut-off points for girls joining national secondary schools from his area. The MP is basing his call for the affirmative action measure on the numerous challenges they face that hinder their academic progress. Ruku used an example of his constituency where only one girl managed to score the required 374 marks set for one to join a national school, as he stressed the need to ensure that national schools in the area are benefiting girls from the area. Currently, St. Bakita's Girls High School is the only national school in the Mbeere region.
Watoto wetu wa Mbeere North ni wadogo sana ambao wanapata nafasi ya kwenda katika shule ya Chicago Girls. Juu Chicago Girls National School na pia cut-off ya Chicago Girls ikafika 374.
According to the MP, an arrangement has been reached with the management of St. Bakita's Girls to ensure that girls who scored 340 marks and above in the recently concluded KCPE exam secure admissions to the school.
Hizi shule mbili ya Chicago Boys na Chicago Girls, lazima watoto wetu wa kutoka eneo hili la Mbeere North wapate nafasi.
Additionally, the National Government Constituency Development Fund will provide an annual payment of 6,100 shillings for all-day scholars from Mbeere North, with parents expected to cover the remaining balance of 3,900 shillings.
Pia tutapanga mpango wa kuona ni fedha ngapi ambazo tutasaidia watoto wetu ya Mbeere North, wale ambao watapata nafasi katika boarding schools ya mashule ambayo tuko nayo Mbeere North.
The financial arrangement is intended to alleviate the burden on many parents who are unable to cater for the full school fees. Yvonne Kemuma, KUTV.
All right, that report right there by Yvonne Kemuma is taking us to a very fast short break right here. So much more on the other side of this break.
Zako hazielezeki. Oh, umefanya hili, umefanya lile, umenipa jina Baba, nina kushukuru. What is this? A stick, right? And what has happened to the stick? Imevunjika, right? Follow me. They say broken things can't be fixed, right? But that's a lie. Kwani, why did Jesus die on the cross? It is so that those who are broken can be fixed. Now, that is why this program is here. Believe and live. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, anybody who believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. Whosoever believes shall live. John 3:16. Catch me right here only on KUTV every single Sunday. Now, good news, there'll also be a subsequent series called Biblical Mathematics, but you'll only catch it right only on my YouTube channel at Believe and Live, John 3:16. See you there.
Hizi nyanya ambazo ni za hybrid varieties unaona ya kwamba zinakuwa mrefu. Usipofanyia staking, matunda mengi yataharibika kwa sababu yanaguza udongo na unyevu alafu zinaoza. So katika hali ya kumaintain na kucreate space, kwa sababu hakuna space hapo chini, unaweka space kuja juu. Ndio maana staking inafanywa.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi wale hawana kazi. Lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila woga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi. Wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vukuvuku. Pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
In Kenya, for example, the frequency of the floods is becoming more and worse. The amount of people and livestock we're losing.
The level we need to go is the level where the normal mwananchi and also the government stakeholders.
Better world that we found, because at the rate we are going, it's dire.
We will secure the planet for future generations.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Odida.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Now, political temperature is rising in the vote-rich central Kenya as the battle to succeed former President Uhuru Kenyatta as the region's political kingpin continues to gain momentum. Among those considered to be in the race for Mount Kenya kingpin position include Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro, NARC Kenya Party leader Martha Karua, and former Mungiki leader Maina Njenga. Even Sauma with that report.
Zakayo asuke chini. Hii maandamano hatutaki mambo ya break.
Na nimeambia mambo ni mangapi? Matatu.
We are talking about the unity of the people of Mount Kenya.
The supremacy battle to control the heart and soul of vote-rich Mount Kenya region continues to gain momentum. The heated debate on who will take over from retired President Uhuru Kenyatta as the region's kingpin has elicited mixed reaction among leaders from the central Kenya. The pro-deputy president Rigathi Gachagua argues that the DP is the most likely candidate for the position by the virtue of holding the second most powerful office in the land.
Mount Kenya kiongozi ni mo, na tukimpea kiongozi wetu heshima, atapewa heshima at a national level. Mimi niombe watu wa Mount Kenya, hatuna wakati wa kuenda kusupport watu wengine ama kugawanisha support yetu. Sisi we are all rallying behind the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua.
But those remarks have rubbed others the wrong shoulder. Murang'a Senator Joe Nyutu begs to differ, speaking during a fundraiser in Murang'a. Nyutu rooted for Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro to take the kingpin mantle from retired President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Na nikiwa hapa ningetaka niseme kwamba sisi kama wana Murang'a tunayo imani na twaweza kwamba siku moja tuweze na sisi kumpata rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya kutoka huku kwetu Murang'a. Na huyo jamaa yuko hapa pamoja nasi. Jina lake Ndindi Nyoro.
Huyo Ndindi Nyoro ameonesha Wakenya kwamba uongozi haipatikani kwa mwili ama kwa tumbo, lakini uongozi inapatikana kwa kichwa ambayo Mungu aiweka ndani yake hapo.
Apart from Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Kiharu lawmaker Ndindi Nyoro, others fronted to be the next Mount Kenya kingpin include NARC Kenya party leader Martha Karua. Karua's status into the apex of Kenyan politics rose when she was picked to deputize Azimio la Umoja coalition flag bearer Raila Odinga in the August general election. Former Mungiki leader Maina Njenga is another leader who many believes has what it takes to be Mount Kenya kingpin. The battle for the kingpin post seems to have created a rift between Deputy President and Kiharu lawmaker Ndindi Nyoro. The legislature has been a no-show for most functions organized by the DP. However, DP Gachagua has ruled out any desire to take over from former President Uhuru Kenyatta as region's political kingpin, insisting that his focus is to deliver on his mandate as the second in command.
Nimeona debate inaendelea ati maneno sijui ya kingpin. Now, you kingpin, I've read the constitution. There is no provision anywhere in our constitution for a kingpin. So, hii kingpin ofisi yake iko wapi? Mshahara yake ni ngapi? So, if there are people who want to that office, I'm not part of it because mimi I'm deputy president. My office is in Harambee House, na ingine iko Karen, and there is a salary. I assist the president to run the country. I have no time or desire to aspire for any other office. I have no time for that kingship nonsense.
Though Gachagua maintains that he is not interested in kingpin status, his political activities in the region suggest otherwise. President William Ruto, while hosting King Charles III and his wife Queen Camilla, made a light-hearted but critical comment on what is becoming an apparent battle to control the heart and soul of rich vote region.
I did inform His Majesty earlier that in Kenya there is a concept called kingpin, and there is a contest for kingpins around Kenya. Different regions have different kingpins. But this week, all contests about kingpins have been suspended because the king himself is in town.
Even as the debate about Mount Kenya kingpin rages on, what remains to be seen is who will take the baton from retired President Uhuru Kenyatta as the region's next political mouthpiece. Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
Zakayo asuke chini. Hii maandamano hatutaki mambo ya break.
Na nimeambia mambo ni mangapi? Matatu.
We are talking about the unity of the people of Mount Kenya.
All right, now let's take a look at what's happening across our borders. In the United States, xenotransplantation, I beg your pardon, that is the process of transferring animal organs into humans, is allowed for patients with serious or life-threatening conditions. A New York surgeon is helping push the procedure as a solution to the organ shortage worldwide. Johnny Fernandez reports from New York City.
Pioneering heart transplant surgeon Dr. Robert Montgomery has a passion for his work, which stems from his own battle with heart disease.
I had to have 7 cardiac arrests and almost die before I could even qualify to be listed for a transplant, because once you're put on the list, you have to be so sick in order to actually have an organ allocated to you.
In 2018, he received a new heart and a chance to continue his work towards solving the worldwide organ shortage through xenotransplantation, a process of replacing human organs or tissues with animal ones. Pigs are primarily used, and their genes are edited to lower the risk of rejection after the transplant.
So many people die even before they get listed, and then when they get listed in the United States for a transplant, only 1/3 of the people will actually receive a transplant that are on the list. The other 2/3 either get too sick to benefit from a transplant or die.
After his heart transplant, Montgomery, who now heads the New York University Langone Transplant Institute in New York City, focused on studying the impacts of xenotransplantation on the human body. In 2022, the Capuano family became a part of Montgomery's research program after Alva Capuano suffered irreversible brain damage. Her family donated Capuano's body to xenotransplantation trials. As her son Tim Capuano explains, contributing to medical research has been one of her final wishes.
We've always known that it was important to my mom, Alva.
Alva Capuano received a pig's heart and lived with it for 3 days.
Everything was very successful in terms of the data that was able to be collected, and the heart pumping and running smoothly throughout the 72-hour period until the trial ended.
In 2023, Montgomery and his team performed a historic pig kidney transplant on a man whose body functioned with it for 2 months and didn't reject the animal organ. He says this is just a start to finding a solution to a worldwide problem.
This is one step forward, for a solution to the organ shortage worldwide. I think then the next steps are to, accomplish those trials in living humans and demonstrate that these kidneys last for a period of time where the person benefits from it.
Either a kidney or a heart, Montgomery says he'll continue to push to find a solution to a growing global problem he was lucky enough to live through. Johnny Fernandez.
Now, in the world of sports, Manchester United staged a comeback to stun Aston Villa 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller in the English Premier League at Old Trafford. John McGinn opened the scorches to hand the visitor an early lead, with Leander Dendoncker adding the second goal to make it 2-0 before the first half. The Red Devils dominated the second half, putting 3 goals past Aston Villa to stage a perfect comeback to move 6th on the table standings, 3 points shy of the 5th place. Manchester City, in another match, Liverpool sunk Burnley at Turf Moor to move top of the English Premier League table. exactly 30 minutes past the top of the hour. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Be sure to join me again tomorrow for Primetime News. My name is Odida. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Moses Gitonga. Have a good night and see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Of a